I think they enjoy coming out being together. And even after getting beat so bad, there's still guys who enjoy practicing together. And that's a good sign. It just hasn't translated in the field the last few weeks, or last month.
Last week of practice for the 2017 UH football team headed into the final game of the season. Good evening, I'm MG Montemayor. Searching for their first win in 5 weeks since homecoming night, all attention will be turned to this old rival.
You don't realize that as a player, especially a mainland player coming here. And I'm not sure even the local boys understand the severity of it because it hasn't been a real recent rivalry. But the thing I remember most was Sunday after the Air Force game, BYU talk started. And it just, the energy rose and the excitement rose and there was a buzz around the game.
The Rainbow Warriors back at practice today after the 38-0 shutout against Utah State in Logan on Saturday. Hawaii will close out the season with a non-conference opponent playing BYU for the 30th time. The Bows are 3-8 overall. Cougars are 3-9. Kickoff is at Aloha Stadium at 4 p.m. on Saturday. Rainbow Warriors basketball team returns to the Stan Sheriff Center following its 72-67 overtime win last week over Troy. The Rainbow Classic champs are off to a 3-0 start for the second time under head coach Eran Ganot. But he knows there's always room for improvement.
Whether we won those games or lost those games, let's talk about the things that we were exposed in terms of our weaknesses. We didn't shoot well at the free throw line. We didn't handle pressure situations late in games, the press well, and we had defensive lapses at key times. We watched a lot of that on film. We've worked a lot on that in practice too.
Next up for the Bows is Nevada. The non-conference matchup will be Hawaii's third 2017 NCAA tournament team in its first 4 games. It's deemed a green out, which fans are encouraged to wear home color teams. Tip-off is Friday at 8 p.m.
To have the lead, lose the lead, come from behind late, think that we lost the game in regulation to let's go to overtime, and then to have Sarah on the line and execute so well out of the huddles, that was fantastic to see so early.
Rainbow Wahine basketball team is riding a 3-game win streak following its thrilling 64-63 overtime win over San Diego on Sunday. Newly crowned Bank of Hawaii champs are also back at the Stan Sheriff Center on Friday as part of a doubleheader with men's hoops. First up is Morris in the Rainbow Wahine Showdown. Game tips off at 5:30 p.m. And in another week of the NFL, I spent the afternoon with Rick from Ruby Tuesday in Honolulu. We caught up with a mixed lot for this Monday Night Football watch party, and a couple of familiar faces made an appearance.
Are you guys fast? Not for this team, sorry. Why do you like Tampa Bay?
That's my dad's team.
That's her dad's team.
Do you have a favorite player?
What's your favorite player? What number?
3.
Yvette and David?
Yeah.
All right. They won last week.
This is the New Orleans seafood with shrimp and tilapia, Cajun spices, so it kind of reminds me of the South, which I love.
At one point, that was the most popular dish at Ruby Tuesdays on the mainland. 5 cheese sampler, spinach artichoke dip.
Yeah, that's what I was eyeing.
Yeah, dive in, please.
Best fans? Oh, man. It's got to be Raiders. We had the best time at the Raiders game, honestly. They were very welcoming. We met guys from the Black Hole. Yeah, and they were really, really nice to us.
Yeah, my team is Seattle. I like the West Coast team. They're my team ever since I was in the Navy. Retired 15 years ago.
I like Atlanta.
Behind right now, but they're catching up. It's only first quarter.
Really? Can you do a pinky bet in a bar?
Can now.
Let's
They
stand.
said they owe each other a beer, whoever gets the game.
Yeah.
20
Crazy.
years. Buddies for